Hello everybody. This week we're going to be doing a little DIY project inspired by the brand Psychic Outlaw, which are an amazing company in America who has the most beautiful pieces. Everything they make is like one-off, whether it's like a quilted patchwork jacket or a bandana scarf dress, which is what we're gonna try and recreate today. However, if you see my last video, you'll know that I am out of a job and therefore out of an income. So I don't quite have the money to buy one from them. So I thought I would try and do a little DIY. Here are some examples. This is what we're going for. We're going to go for a long sleeve, long dress. I'm really excited. I'm super excited. I feel like this is going to be a fun little challenge to kind of get me back into a sewing rhythm. I've calculated maybe I need about 16 scarves. So like 6 for the bottom, 6 for the second like layer, a front, a back, 2 sleeves, and I'm going to add 18 scarves because I'm going to add pockets. I feel like that dress just needs pockets. So I'm going to go for about 18 scarves. 16 to 18 scarves. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just go and buy some scarves. Just wanted to tell you something very exciting, and that is that Colourful Standard reached out to me to be a brand ambassador, and I thought about it, and I was a bit worried that maybe because most of the things that I do are secondhand, maybe that didn't quite align. So I thought about it for a long time, and I did quite a bit of digging on their kind of practice and their ethos, should we say. And I thought, do you know what? I really like this brand. I think they're really like honourable. So what Colourful Standard pretty much do is make a lot of basics. So your sweatshirt, your sweatpants, t-shirts, etc. But in just a massive array of colours, because if you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I don't particularly wear like plain colours, whites or blacks, not really. So this is so perfect for me. The more colourful the better with anything that I can. But none of the dyes that they use have chemicals in them. They're not toxic. Everything is either 100% cotton, or the hats and the scarves that they make are merino wool, which is just so cozy. I've not taken this hat off my head pretty much the entire time. There's zero waste, which means that when they produce clothing, they pretty much let it sell out before they remake. Everything is super transparent. Even on the bottom of the box, they've got the coordinates of the factory, and it says something like, "Oh, just stop by," or something. What does it say? If you want to see how our garments are made, and who are the lovely people who make them, just stop by, which I think is sweet. But this is no way an ad. I'm just posting this because I'm going to be wearing it for all of the video. And as a brand ambassador, of course, I've got an affiliate link, which I'll put in my description if you want to use it. And all that means is that you get 10% off and I get a small commission, but there's absolutely no obligation. I really encourage you to only really buy something if it's something you feel like you need, or maybe you've been waiting for a little time and now is the opportunity to have a little bit of a discount on it. That's all from me. So I've acquired my first 12. They were 90 cents each. So far that's 10.80 on those. But I feel like I'm lacking a colour, maybe an orange or a red. So I'm going to just pop to one more shop and just see if they've got any extra colours. The colours are better in here, but they're €1. So I might just get one of all the colours I don't have. We have red, like a light pink, this purple, orange, black and blue. Same size. Back home, I got 19 bandanas in total. I estimated I needed about 16, but I thought getting 16 might just be if I do make a mistake or something doesn't quite go right or I cut something wrong, at least I've got a colour I can, you know, another one I can bring in. So it's going to be so colourful. Let's see what we've got. Wow. 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 So what I think I'm going to do is try and put a patch of every colour and keep the sleeve patches the same colour. Everything else will be different. So I feel like I might even just do a dark colour for a sleeve patch. Or maybe like this kind of colour, you know, just a more neutral colour for the sleeves and let the dress just be very colourful. Or maybe I'll even do white because I don't mind if it's a bit see-through on the sleeves. And maybe keep the lighter colours like white somewhere where it doesn't matter if you can see my underwear or not. So that's what I'm going to go for now. So what I'm going to do is just play around with some of like colour mixing. I'm going to do like I'm going to lie it down on the floor and just place some colours where I might like them to be, and try and do it that way. I'm not really sure. This is extreme trial and error as with everything that I do. I'm gonna go with a green front bandana with the grey sleeves because I want to try and keep it a little bit bright at the top but also slightly more toned down, because all the colour will be in the skirt. So I'm going to go for green because green's a really big colour that's lacking in my wardrobe, and I don't know, I just feel like if the top of the skirt is green, quite boldly green, it will fill a little bit of a colour gap. And then for the back piece, I'm going to use a bright pink, but I like that colour palette for the top. I kind of had the thought that they're quite stiff, so I think I'm just going to put them on a conditioning wash, really quick cycle. And also they've just been in like essentially like a Euro shop, you know, not the cleanest place in the world. I think I'll have a look at the skirt in the morning because I'm feeling very tired today, and it's dark, so I feel like the light's not very good, and I'd like to work more in the natural light just to see the colours a little bit better. So I will see you in the morning. So we're back. They're all washed, dried, ironed, and now we're going to piece them together. So I think I'm really happy with this colourway. We've got the pink on the back, green on the front. Another thing is Stephen Sondheim died last week. Well, this week for me, but last week for you watching the video. And I'm so sad. I studied theatre my whole life. So he was one of those people that you felt like would never die, you know? So I believe today will be dedicated to sewing and Sondheim. Aww. So this is the colourway I've got for the front. The green will be my front panel. Then I've got really bold colours. I tried to really balance them. Then pink will be the back panel. The green, the green, the blue and the white will be the back bottom. What do I do now? This is Stanley.
Rosa gave you this number. I hope it's okay to call you. I did get a chance
I'm gonna cry.
after the reading, but I just wanted to say it was really good.
I have to pause that for now. I will cry. So I've just gonna put them face down on each other. I'm just gonna pin them. I'm just gonna pin two together at a time. I'm just gonna build it up this way. Because I realised I've got two slightly different ones. This one is like a proper cotton. You can probably see that, and it has even here, like, made in China, 100% cotton. Kind of like that though, you know? And this one has like, you see like the colour difference. This one's more printed. I was a bit annoyed when I realised that they were different, but on reflection, this one, which is obviously not really cotton, it's probably polyester, is denser, so less likely to see anything through it, which is probably better really. Bobbin. Cheese and cracker break. Really recommend Sunday in the Park with George. That is my favourite song now. Pretty good. Potentially have my first casualty. I think I've done it the wrong way. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I switched the way. This is inside, that's outside. So I know why I made that mistake. I've sewn one colourway the opposite than what I intended, which means if my front colourway is this, so my red is my colour here, and I wanted black on the back, I've got them the wrong way. So black is the bottom and blue is the top. Now, I've just got to... The reason I'm not sure I like that so much is that because it goes blue, green, blue. It's a bit too like pattern for me. I wanted it a bit more mismatched, but maybe it doesn't matter so much, you know. I don't think anyone's going to sit and analyse the colourway of the dress. Otherwise I could flip it. Let's see what it's like flipped. So if the colours that are way that I want with the red and then the black, it means my colourway here is yellow, white, blue, yellow. See, like, it's just not balanced as well as I would like, but I think I'll probably go this way. But then these and these. Now, the other thing is, I'm glad I did that and I realised I made a mistake because I forgot about pockets. My initial plan was to have hidden pockets and to use these two navy ones. So ideally I want a big pocket as possible. But now I'm just thinking, if I've got that colourway the wrong way, maybe I should patch on a pocket on the outside. So I've laid it out. I think I am going to patch it on after. And I might just use the inner square for the pocket size, you know. I think that might be better because then I can place it a bit in a better spot, because if they would just be dead on each side, and I don't know whether that might be a little bit too far back for the pockets, you know, like having to like do that rather than pockets usually sit on the front, don't they? So I like that, and it breaks that colours up more. So solution, problem solving. Now this will all be gathered in. For the top pieces, what I was thinking is of doing a kind of mock boat neck, because I'm not a big fan of a round neck or like a scoopy neck. It doesn't really work for me. I'm a bit more of this kind of thing. So what I was thinking of doing is like, just needs to be big enough for my head to go through, which I think, let's do a test. that more or less is. This is, I feel like my sewing tactics are like when you measure something with your fingers and you go and see if it will fit back in that spot. I folded them over just to give them a bit more of a solid hem, and I did like a, yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can get it on. The true test is being able to put it on over my jumper and it be okay. This is cute. And then I've done a zigzag top stitch, which is a little bit messy, but this part's okay. Now I think I might hand finish the sleeve. Attach it like that.
I like George. He was dedicated to his work, seldom did anything but work, and I'm proud to have counted him among my friends.
Pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. And this is where it gets very, very trial and error. I'm just going to sew the corner of each of the top to the bottom. Look, I did this one already, because then I have to ruche the rest of it along the body seam. So I'm just gonna sew just down, just so that something is joining them, you know? Okay, so what I end up doing is just folding it, pinching and folding along the bottom of the seam. Turn it inside out. Ta-da! So, I'm really happy with this ruching here. I'm not as happy with the back. I started on the yellow, so I didn't quite get my spacing right. I'm thinking maybe I don't know though. Should I unpick it? Should I just leave it? It's a little bit long at the minute. I wonder whether I should hike it up a bit. Let me try and put it on. How fun! Okay, now I think I'm gonna hand sew the sleeves. Put an elastic band in the middle. And then the whole thing needs hemming. This is so cute. It's 9:30 in the evening. I started at about 1. It's a long time. So developments are, I decided that the top bandanas were too thin. It was too thin because the skirt is so heavy. It just felt, the weight felt unbalanced, like it just wasn't quite supported. So I ended up going back in and actually lining the dress with the same colour. So green has been lined and pink has been lined. I'm by no means saying I'm a genius. The neckline has been really challenging because when the neckline was good before, but then I did something and a zigzag stitched it back on itself and it just ruined the shape. So I had to cut the top off, and I'm basically having to fashion a new neckline. Now I'm coming up with this system where it's kind of like the stitching is all on the inside, so it'll just hopefully lie like that with the stitching being more invisible. So I'm just going over and just neatening the edges and just doing like this kind of stitch so it will sit like that, just so it looks a little bit tidier. But yeah, I'm halfway through this one. I've just got one more to do, then I'm going to try it on and just check how the neck is sitting, and then I think I'm pretty much done. I had a little think, and I think I'm not going to add the sleeves. I'll show you what I mean when I do a little secret try on. It just looks a bit too much with the sleeves. Obviously it's a crazy dress and it is a lot by itself, but I quite like having arms bare and such a lot of fabrics. It felt like a better kind of balance than with fabric on the sleeves as well. However, if this neckline goes really badly again, I think the sleeves, basically, I think they will save it. I think I did it. This morning I finished a little bit of hand sewing that I was too tired to do last night. I kept bloody sewing, and then kept doing it wrong and having to unpick it all. So I just was like, go to bed. So I just made the seams of the shoulders a bit stronger, and then did a bit more of this kind of tacking in of the sleeve shape, because it was just a bit of a funny fit. And then I sewed the band together a little bit more, gave it a bit more strength on the band. But I think I'm done. So maybe it's time to try it on. Are you ready for the reveal? I'm a little bit over it, but I'm sure you're all ready for the reveal. Let's do it. We started with a couple of piles of scraps on the floor, and now we have a dress. I love it. I'm really proud of myself. I think it's beautiful. I think the ruching turned out really well. I'm glad I brought it up to the waist. It definitely needed that bit of extra shape here, and it also brought the height up because I didn't hem it. I just let the hems of the mismatched kind of hems. Got my leggings on because I'm cold. Mismatched hems because I like the kind of homemade little touch like that. I always find that quite charming. I think the sleeves turned out very well. I added a bit more padding to the sleeves just for a bit of structure up here, to kind of balance the flowiness. I think that's quite a nice shape. Very happy. I think it was good I didn't go with the sleeves in the end. You see what I mean, right, about needing the arms out with all the fabric. Yeah, happy. I think I am going to add a pocket, but I was just a bit of short time to make this video, but I'll just hand stitch that on whenever I get around to it. But for now, very happy. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. It was a bit all over the place, but it wasn't quite a fully formed idea once I'd already began. So I had to kind of catch myself up as we went along, but the outcome is great, if I do say so myself. So cute, so fun. But yeah, thank you very much for subscribing and all your just super kind comments so far. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you soon, next week, in a couple of days. Who knows, but it will be soon.